Who are deaf or very hard of hearing cannot do many of the things that we take for granted. They can't respond to a fire alarm or a doorbell, or answer someone who speaks to them from behind. There are 3 basic types of hearing loss, and each has different results. Conductive hearing loss occurs when sound is not shuttled efficiently through the outer ear canal to the eardrum and the ossicles, or tiny bones, of the middle ear. Conductive hearing loss, which may be caused by factors like infection or impacted earwax, results in a reduction in hearing. Most people with this type of hearing loss find that hearing aids can help magnify sounds. A more severe form of hearing loss, sensorineural loss, involves a reduction or complete loss of the auditory sense and can also impact the ability to understand speech. Sensorineural hearing loss occurs when there is damage to the inner ear, or cochlea, or to the inner ear's nerves to the brain, the auditory nerves. It's often present at birth or occurs following disease. The 3rd type of hearing impairment, mixed hearing loss, occurs when there is a conductive hearing loss in combination with a sensorineural hearing loss.
Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, is the most frequently diagnosed childhood behavioral disorder. A child who suffers from ADHD is really hyperactive, has trouble focusing, and acts impulsively. While many children exhibit these behaviors, on occasion, sufferers of ADHD demonstrate these behaviors continuously for 6 months or more. Professionals recognize 3 basic kinds of ADHD. Children who have a hyperactive impulse type, or just HD, appear restless, fidgety, and impatient, and often consider immediate rewards rather than long-term consequences. Children who have inattentive ADHD appear to be daydreamers. Inattentive ADHD is also referred to as ADD, or Attention Deficit Disorder. Patients who exhibit both hyperactivity and inattention are considered to have combined ADHD.
There are 10 million Americans who are visually impaired, so it's likely that you will find yourself assisting or working with someone who has trouble seeing. Sight difficulties range across a broad spectrum, from a complete inability to see to basic color blindness. The term total blindness is used when an individual cannot perceive light or forms. Light sense blindness means that a person is able to sense the presence or lack of light, but not make out forms. A legally blind person has vision of 2200 or less. That means that he or she would have to stand 20 feet from an object to see it with the same degree of clarity as a normally sighted person could from 200 feet away. Other types of seeing impairment include hand-powered and index value blindness. A person with either of these disabilities will only be able to make out shadowy forms very close to their eyes. A defect of visual field can occur in any part of the eye and usually causes a person to have a blind spot, or small area where they cannot see.
Dyslexia. So what is it all about? Well, dyslexia is a word that is used to describe a difficulty with written language, organisation and short-term memory. However, no one's dyslexia is the same. Dyslexia is like a thumbprint, every print being different. Dyslexia is a difference in how the brain works. This can have positive effects also. Often, dyslexics are good at practical tasks, whilst many are good communicators or problem solvers. It is estimated that about 10% of the population are dyslexic, but being dyslexic does not affect intelligence. In fact, there are many successful dyslexics in all walks of life. Everybody finds certain things easier than others, and we all have a talent. It's just a case of finding what your particular talent is. Most dyslexics find a word-based society extremely challenging. Self-confidence can be dented if they constantly fail at school. Dyslexics need to be taught in a way that matches the way they learn. Low self-esteem often holds dyslexics back in life. Difficulties with literacy or organising yourself can cause problems at work, school or college. It is important that a dyslexic gets the right support when it's needed, and plays to their strengths whenever possible. Relationships with friends and family can be stressful if other people don't understand. It really does help to talk so you can all understand how everybody is feeling. Being dyslexic is for life. There is no quick fix. But with determination and support, happiness and success will come.